Good afternoon and welcome to S24 Insight. For many young people today, the phrase 9 to 5 sounds like a sentence, monotonous, restrictive, outdated, and draining. Across Nigeria, Africa, and the wider world, new generations are asking serious questions about work. Must success mean sitting in an office from morning to evening? Can structure and freedom coexist? And in the media industry where stories break at odd times and public trust depends on discipline, what does work really mean? Today on S24 Inside, we explore work beyond the clock. I am Halima Abdulrauf, and this conversation is both institutional and deeply personal. A few months ago, we sampled opinions within S24 on how young people see 9 to 5 work. Some describe it as boring, restrictive, monotonous, and uninspiring. That response was blunt, but it opened a bigger question. Is the problem the 9 to 5 structure itself, or how organization design work? Is it the workplace or our attitude to discipline? Is it poor leadership, unrealistic expectations, or the failure to make work meaningful? To explore this, I'm joined by one of our own, Hadiza Aliyu Galadima, a multimedia journalist who also works on business news and business programs at S24 Television. She represents a new generation of media professionals learning, building, growing, and contributing within a young institution. This conversation is about work, purpose, discipline, ambition, and media life, and the future of professional identity. Hadiza, welcome to Spotlight on today.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for joining us. It's really wonderful to say today you create time when you're supposed to be resting to join us on S24 Insight. That alone says something about commitment, sacrifice, and the true nature of media work. Thank you again, Didi. First, let me ask you, Kiki, how are you?
Hello, and I'm fine, thank you. And it's also great to be at the other side of the chair this time around.
I know it will be lovely to say, oh, you're always the one on this chair. But
yeah.
The table or the switch flipped today to you.
Exactly.
So what does it mean to you to be part of this conversation as a staff of S24?
I would say it feels really great and amazing to be part of this conversation today because it's us or we talking about the 9 to 5. I mean, we are the 9 to 5 at the moment, so it's just great to air out our minds.
Okay, 9 to 5ers.
Yes.
That's what you call yourself. That's amazing. When you heard that this episode will focus on work, especially 9 to 5, the culture, the discipline, and media life, what was your first thought?
Like I said, we had some sampled ideas from months back, and I would say that monotony, the word monotony actually came from me, and 9 to 5 is actually monotonous for me, and I know I'm speaking for some set of people, so we go again every day. Every day.
Okay.
So that's just...
So you see, she's confessing that she actually was the one that said 9 to 5 was monotonous or is monotonous. And truly, that's blunt. And it's just okay for you to speak your mind and find a way to make it better every day. So in my opening, I mentioned something that is the structure at work, one of the contributing factor that make you think 9 to 5 is monotonous. So answer that bluntly. No sugarcoating. No, don't feel like I'm the one at the end of this chair.
Okay. I would say yes. The structure at work or in the workplace is actually what makes work monotonous, because if you see an organization that knows what it wants and is a go-getter, structure must be in place. So if structure must be in place, it's something that has to be implemented over and over again, time and time again. So you get to do the same thing. You get to go by the same set of rules every day of your life, 9 times, 5 times, 9 hours, 5
days a week,
or 6 days a week, as today
is Saturday.
So I would say structure is actually one of the main things that is...
So talk about S24 structure. From the time you joined to today, what is it for you? Yeah, again, let's be plain and blunt, because I think every organization should evolve and change things. Structure is the key thing. It's the pillar at which any organization will thrive.
Yeah.
So what will you describe S24 structure from when you joined in November or December to date?
For the past 6 months, when I came into S24, structures have already been put in place, but implementation was, I wouldn't say it was a problem, but we were just slow at
Implementation.
implementation, exactly.
Slow
But
to adapt.
slow to adapt. So as time goes on, we got to realize that it is not is not longer business as usual. It is something that keeps going on every day
And evolving.
So I would say, just as I am growing, S24, I won't say S24 is growing, but S24 have put me in that mind frame and that state of mind that, so as this structure is moving, you have to move with it. So yes, for growth and for structure wise, S24
it's getting there.
It's getting
because
there.
Initially you said you won't say S24 is growing. So why did you say S24 is not growing? Or is it a slip
I
of
won't
tongue?
say it's not. Okay, let me rephrase that. I won't say S24. When I say it's growing, I wanted to say S24 will make you grow.
Okay.
Yes.
So we need to make that. We need to make that clear.
Yeah.
So now be blunt. How would you describe your current work at S24? Personally, not from the lenses of other people. Yours personally, how would you describe it?
It's amazing. It's mind blowing. S24 has given me and S24 has given people the room to grow. So if you are in an environment like S24, it's not because I'm a staff. I'm just trying to portray some kind of image or something. But if you are in our kind of organization, if you're in this kind of setting, whether you like it or not, you see growth, you see accountability, you see diligence. Whether you like it or not, it is something you have to bring to the table. And S24 has given me that room, and I'm thankful for that. And for my level of growth, I'm also so thankful.
Yes, thank you for saying that truthfully, because from the way you said it, anyone would know whether you are just acting or not. So what does your role in business news and business programming demand from you daily?
What business news and my business programming demands from me daily is accuracy is currency, the hardest currency. So one thing is, whether you like it or not, you must fact check. Whether you like it or not, you must research. So it gives you that room to learn every day. It gives you that room, like I said, to learn every day and to also dish out to people what
is supposed to be,
and
yes, what is expected to be. I know I'm always on your case, trying to put you on. No problem. You would get more of that every other day, I tell you. So what has working in the media taught you about discipline, time, and preparation? I know you've worked in the media before, but it's not the same setting as S24. Yes, please.
So one thing that the media space has taught me, most especially one thing that S24 has taught me is diligence and accountability. I'll always hammer and clamor on that. It has made me become accountable for everything I put out there. Because like our CEO used to say something, when you don't give your information, when they are not accurate, when they come to pick anybody, I will single you out and give you out to the appropriate authorities and all that. So it has taught me that diligence, accountability.
So what part of your work excites you mostly?
Learning every day, because like every day, as long as it makes you want to know things, because people are relying on you on certain information or all information you put out there. So learning new things, growing myself, and working on my mental health.
Tell us about it.
I'm growing in that space, because like this organization, I came in when the organization, we were like few staff, but like now we've grown. You guys need to see us. We are grown, and you need to deal with different individuals and different people, exactly. So you have to mentally prepare your mind to be in a setting with different people. That's just.
That's it. I think interpersonal relationship really matters. In this work environment. And every day we mention that this is a family. And families look out for one another.
Yeah.
I think maybe our family is one of the biggest when it comes to the real maybe family structure, because you hardly find one family with 30 children or 40 children.
And you have someone you just really come in and you just carry them along and say you've been together for a while.
That's the spirit. So what part of your job stretches you the most?
What part of my job stretches me the most is me not... Anytime I have that thought of, I do not want to give a wrong narrative. So that stress of always wanting to be accurate, factual and giving out information the way they're supposed to be and in real time, it stretches me out, and it scares me not to give out
wrong information. I think it should stress anyone out, because at the end of the day, you'll be held accountable for whatever you do. People often see the final product, the presenter on screen, the graphics, the interview, the polished segment, the major stories, but media work is bigger than what you see audience every day, and we'll like to touch base on that. So from your experience, what do people usually misunderstand about working in television and media?
One thing I would say people misunderstand about working in television and media is ratings are usually, like, media houses are after ratings. And I won't say that is true, because social media clout chasing is different. Broadcasting is another thing entirely, because you have to be factual. You have to be accountable, professional. You have to be accurate, and all those things.
Technically sound.
You have to put all those things in place. It's not just being an influencer. It's not just going to be a social media personality. It's different. So one thing with journalism, like broadcasting, is you just have to double fact check.
Because credibility is your currency.
Yes, currency.
So to you, is media work really a 9 to 5 or a work with flexibility?
Media work is not a 9 to 5. To me, it's not a 9 to 5. It's like an all-round clock thing.
Yes, 247.
247, yeah, it's an all-round clock thing. And when they talk about flexibility, it can be flexible, but it's more than 9 to 5. I mean, it's more than 9 to 5.
You've mentioned mental well-being. So how do you prepare yourself mentally when you know your work can stretch you beyond the 9 to 5 period and weekends? Like today, I remember that your TGIF said, I'm supposed to be resting, but today I'm going to work. So how do you prepare yourself mentally for that?
Like every day, I just wake up. How I prepare myself mentally is I wake up and tell myself, I do not have a choice. I have to do this. Is what I have to do. Public service. I'm in line of public servicing. So one thing, aside passion, if it's what you have to do, you got to do what you have to do. There's no two ways about it. So I just mentally put myself in that state of mind that I have a job to do. I have people to inform. I just need to do what I have to do.
So it's just simply you take your job as public service. And public service can demand from you anytime, any day. Okay, so what does professionalism mean to you as a young media professional?
Professionalism is diligence for me, accountability, be good at what you do, work ethics, just be you, but then again, work with your organization structure. Be diligent.
Be diligent. Due diligence is really the thing. So let us now enter the main issue. A few months ago, when some staff were asked about 9 to 5 on an opinion sampling work, several words came up: boring, monotonous, stressful, limiting. That is not just a 24 conversation. It is a wider generational conversation. So let's go back to that, because you're part of the people that responded to that. Actually, you think young people dislike work itself, or do they dislike work environment that feel rigid and uninspiring?
I don't think young people dislike work. I always say the people who dislike work are the lazy ones. But someone who is passionate about what he or she does, I feel is just the work environment might contribute to the reason why they would not want to work. That's why most young people these days, they push for remote jobs or freelancing or being hybrid and all that. So I feel the work environment actually contributes to the reason why young people would dislike work. But if you like work, I don't see any reason except if you want to go hungry or you know.
So when you hear 9 to 5, what first comes to your mind?
Monotony.
I think that monotony, oh my God. I need to just adapt monotony in my dictionary, right?
Yeah, that's
in your view, what makes a workplace feel meaningful rather than monotonous?
In my view, what makes a work more meaningful is, other than monotonous, maybe if you have room to do all the things. But then again, if you're a 9 to 5, it's definitely going to be hard for you to have other things, except if you have other things you're doing that maybe does not require your physical self.
Presence.
Yes, in such things. But if you can be able to blend work with some kind of things.
So can structure and creativity coexist in a workplace?
Definitely.
Okay, why?
Yes, structure and you can be creative, and like I said, if you
with structure.
With structure. So if you are a diligent person, if you are someone who is willing to work, then you should abide by the organization's rules and regulation. And every organization, like you said, is actually based on structure.
So what would you say to young people who believe that any 9 to 5 job is automatically a trap?
They're just looking for an excuse. If you do not have any other way of life, if you don't have anything to bail out on, it shouldn't be a trap. It should be like, aside a mode of survival, it should be like, it's just part of life. You just have to work. That's just
to earn a living.
To earn a living.
With this, we'll go on a quick break. When we return, the conversation continues and we'll just talk about Nigerian work culture and see what's obtainable in the global landscape when it comes to the world of work. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's still S24 Insights, and we've been in conversation with Didi Hadiza Aliyu Galadima, S24 business girl in Nigeria. 9 to 5 is not always just about 9 to 5. For many people, it includes traffic, transport, stress, low wages, poor leadership, delayed salaries, limited growth, and sometimes toxic work culture. Let's divulge that a little bit. What do you think makes 9 to 5 work difficult for many young Nigerians?
One of the things, like you just highlighted, is the stress of, especially if you live in an environment or in an area that is usually congested when it comes to traffic. One of those things, usually it makes you be like, okay, I'm going to work again and I'm going to go through a whole lot of stress on the road. Let's talk about the country's economic situation. That also frustrates a 9 to 5. And sometimes, again, if you are in a workplace that is toxic, I bet you most 9 to 5ers will tell you it stresses them a whole lot. And
so what should you do as a 9 to 5 worker to make sure that you always prepare yourself mentally? I totally understand, for instance, people that live maybe in Ado, Mararaba, Nyanya, maybe Buari, Lube, Gwagwalada, Kubwa. In fact, we've got staff members that come from Suleja every day. What would you do to prepare your minds that every day I need to go out, is there something specifically you need to do to always prepare your mind and say, okay, maybe I'll find a way to always beat this or not?
The only way, like, aside mentally preparing yourself for work, the only thing is if, in order not to go through that stress or pass through that stress, is just beat the time. Just set out at a time whereby you know it's not going to have an effect on you, because I bet you that when you are in that traffic, a whole lot goes on, and there are a lot of road rage. There are a lot that will trigger you, and once you are being put in that mood, I bet you
it'll be difficult to snap out of it, even at work.
Yes.
Do you think employers in Nigeria need to rethink how they engage young professionals?
I would say they are doing well. They are doing well. Like, they are doing.
But there's need for improvement.
There's
Is
room.
it? I think there should always be room to evolve, no matter what. So what can organizations do better to make staff feel seen, valued, and challenged?
I just say fairness.
Fairness,
Yes.
to every staff
To every
members.
staff member.
Okay, now what should employers also do better, especially to young professionals, especially when it comes to the way they come to work every day and all that?
One thing I've noticed with Nigeria, or I'll say with people entirely, is you don't go by what just, if you actually really need structure or you want structure in your organization, you don't go by what your staff wants. You can actually listen to them. You can put them in consideration, but if you decide to give them what they want, I don't think you're going to get the kind of structure you need in your
Or the
organization.
optimal results you need. So
Yeah.
let us bring this closer to us in Northern Nigeria.
Yeah.
In Northern Nigeria, the conversation around work is layered. There are issues of unemployment, family expectations, gender expectations, limited industrial opportunities, public sector dependency, and the pressure of know someone before getting a chance. As a young professional from this part of the country, what does work mean in the Northern context?
Well, I would say we're evolving, especially the women and the Northern culture. We're actually evolving.
We're getting more opportunities.
Yes, and we're coming out more. Like, I mean, look at you. Look at people like Layla. So we're having a lot of, like, I'm speaking now for my gender. I don't know about the other gender, but I want to speak for my gender. We are evolving. We are growing, and we are trying to put ourselves out there.
So be blunt, do you think young people in the North are ready for the discipline required to compete in media, business, technology, and the creative economy?
I'll say we are ready. For the younger generation, we are ready, they are ready. But the ones before us, I don't think so, because there's this lagging behind that they have in them, that most, if you go to institutions and if you get to check, or you find the latecomers in most institutions, and if we have Northerners in that institution, you get to find out that most of them
Are older people?
are older people, and they are from the North. I do not know why they do that. I'm not stereotyping, and I'm not trying to talk down on anybody, but there's this thing they have with Northerners, and not just taking work serious.
Unfortunately, you can't take that away. We see that almost every day. So for young women especially, what does it take to show up, work hard, and still navigate social expectations? I know this is a lot. You're trying to think through it.
I'm trying to think through it, but what it takes is, I just have to be present. I just need to do this. I just have to do it. Yes.
Okay. So globally, work is changing. Remote work, hybrid work, freelancing, digital nomadism, content creation, creator economy, artificial intelligence, and entrepreneurship are reshaping how people define productivity. But the global truth remains, freedom still requires discipline.
Exactly.
Of course it does. Because whatever you do, for instance, sometimes I'm like, who sent me? So freedom requires discipline. You're not truly free. Whatever business you start, you need to give your all in the maybe foundational years and all of that. So what is your understanding of digital nomadism and remote work? Because what I mean simply is people just want to choose when to work. They want to move jobs at will anytime they want. They want to just live without formally leaving the job and all of that. So what does it mean to you? What do you understand?
One thing with I feel one thing with remote work, it takes more discipline to even have a remote job than even being present. Because if you really, really have to do a remote job, you have to be disciplined in order to meet your target, or in order to be there, or in order to execute and deliver what is expected of you.
And truly, that's the truth. For me, during COVID, I suffered because I wasn't used to the digital thing and to meet up time and all that. Let me sleep a little bit, let me relax a little bit, and time is off. So it takes a lot of diligence, and I really agree with that. Do you think remote work is freedom?
It's not freedom, like I said, because you need a whole lot of discipline. It's not freedom, except I feel people who see it as freedom are those people who actually do not want to put in work into anything. But if you are diligent and you really want to get things done, it's not freedom.
So do you think social media has made young people impatient with process?
Yes, social media, I would say it has a lot of disadvantages, but social media is one of the contributing factor to a whole lot of negative things that has occurred in this world. I will even say this part of the country.
World.
Yeah. So social media has done that. People don't even have the patience to know that, okay, somebody has worked for 25 years to put out something to you, and you're just seeing it, you're just coming under a year. Sometimes you don't even stay up to a year, you're coming under 2 years, and say you want to achieve something that somebody has done for 25 years, and
or
it's
30.
just or 30 years, and it's just putting it out there on social media, and you think it's something that you can just get just like that.
Quick. Unfortunately, that's the culture there. One of the tensions of our time is this: many people want freedom of digital work, but many institutions still need people to physically show up, build systems, train others, and carry responsibility. This is especially true for a young media organization like ours. In a startup media institution like S24, why does physical presence still matter to you?
Like you said, it's a startup media, so you just have to be there. You have to gain your grounds and stand your ground. So being a physical at everything, at every given moment, it's what is required and needed of you.
Okay,
for a startup.
That's it. Thank you. And let's quickly do a rapid fire because our time is fast spent.
My favorite part of the show.
I will ask you a few questions. Right. Short answers only, yes or no.
Okay.
One word that describes good work.
Professionalism.
Okay. One habit every young professional needs.
Skill.
Okay. Skill, is it a habit?
Okay, habits.
Yes.
Show up.
Maybe due diligence, because you've mentioned that severally. And one thing that destroys workplace trust.
One word. Laziness.
Okay. One thing that makes a boss respect an employer.
When you're accountable and diligent.
Okay. One thing that makes an employee respect their colleagues. One thing that makes you respect your colleague.
For me,
Sincerity. Remote work or office work?
For now, office work.
Talent or discipline?
Discipline.
Speed or accuracy?
Accuracy.
Money or growth?
Can I choose both?
No, you can't. You need to choose one.
Growth.
I'm just looking at you with one corner eye. Comfort or purpose?
Can the book have one hand?
Comfort or purpose? Choose one.
Comfort.
Oh my God, no purpose.
And it's purpose, right? I just have to put. I just want to be biased.
Okay, Didi, before we close, I want to say something really important. This episode is not only about 9 to 5 for us. It is about people like you who are trying, learning, showing up, and contributing to a bigger dream that we all have. And today is Saturday, and you still showed up. That's really meaningful. Thank you so much. And today's conversation for me reminds us that work is changing every day. It's evolving, but responsibility has not disappeared. So like you said, anyone that wants serious thing in life need to do do work with discipline, whether physical or remotely.
Mhm.
So the world may move from offices to laptops, from desks to digital platforms, from fixed hours to flexible schedules, but no generation can escape the old truth, you know, right? Discipline matters. And then consistency matters. Skills, integrity, values must be built before it is rewarded. I always mention this, that you need to give before you
Yeah.
get. The 9 to 5 conversation is not simply about time, it is about meaning. A job can become boring when there is no purpose. So put more energy into making your work purposeful. And the workplace can become heavy when there is no growth. And but freedom without discipline can also become another kind of prison. You would not really grow as much. And for young Nigerians, young Northerners, young Africans, and young media professionals across the world, the real question is not whether we work from an office or from a laptop. The real question is, are we building value or are we giving value? And at S24, we believe that the future of media will not be built by noise alone. It will be built by disciplined storytellers, ethical journalists, serious producers, responsible presenters, committed technical teams, and young professionals who understand that institutions do not rise by wishful thinking. And they rise because people show up. Hadiza Aliyu Galadima, thank you for joining us on S24
Thank you
Inside.
thank you
To our
for being on the
viewers,
other side of the chair.
thank you. To our viewers, thank you for watching. This has been S24 Insight. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep building. And bye for now.
Bye.